What's up guys, it's Drac and it's time for another Top 5 Friday. Sometimes they happen on Saturday and that's nobody's fault. It's my fault. Anyway, today we're going to be doing the top 5 jolts. That's right, everything's a jolt reskin. That's in vogue right now. It's the conspiracy exposed, right guys? But everything is really a jolt inside, so let's focus instead of that on what's a jolt on the outside. Because while inner beauty is super duper cool, outer beauty is what really matters. So, this is of course the OG, the original gangster jolt. And this has been around for a while. It comes to us in Nerf orange. It's not even in-strike colored, although it is an in-strike blaster. That's pretty sweet, but the jolt was awesome. It packed a lot of power in the most compact package that it possibly could. It's been re-released about 80 different times, which is where the It's a Jolt reskin comes from. So obviously this is the Elite Jolt, and this is going to be in at number 5. It's the same as the original Jolt, but it really brings us up to a modern sort of shell color. Now, same performance, same internals, same functionality. In fact, it's the same blaster because it's a Jolt reskin. However, this one matches all of your Elite blasters, and that's what makes it number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the Nerf Elite Triad. Now that's the same coloration of the original Jolt, but with thrice the barrels. So that's all that Jolt flavor raining down on you 3 times as hard and fast. And that's pretty sweet. It also is a pretty modern smart AR blaster in terms of same Jolt power, same Jolt performance, but 3 shots without reloading, and that's pretty hot. It also didn't cost that much more than the Jolt, whereas the Jolt has traditionally floated around $5 United States. The Triad really only costs twice as much, so I'm not a doctor, but 3 times the firepower for 2 times the price is a bargain, right? Seems to make sense to me. Anyway, I actually really like the Triad. It's a heck of an HVZ sidearm because it's so easy to hang on a lanyard or throw into a chest rig. Now, it is only number 4 on the list because as cool as it is, it's really not that wacky. It's just a Jolt with 3 barrels, right? Where's that number 3 blaster? It's around here somewhere. Oh yeah, it's the concealed carry Jolt. That's right, the Nerf in-strike pocket strike. It's wild, it's wonky, and it's part of the Elite line. Not a lot of people know that, but it is embossed on the back. Now, this was more expensive than it had any business being, but it wins the same category that I guess the MacBook Air won. This will fit in a manila envelope. Don't believe me? Ta-da! So, not quite a keynote address, and I left my turtleneck at home, but the Pocket Strike, while it's not my favorite blaster, is just really weird. So it's number 3 on the list because it's so very quirky and cool. Now, I'm a big believer in most Nerf blasters are concealed carryable because most Nerf blasters are really small. Now, that's always been kind of an issue on HVZ for college campuses, is that half the time kids are running around with effectively firearm-shaped things shoved in backpacks and pockets. The Pocket Strike, hilariously, is one of the most concealable blasters that looks nothing like a blaster. If you ever needed an HVZ concealed carry, the Pocket Strike is definitely something that you could consider because that's flat. No professor is ever going to see this and think that it's anything but a weird math tool. I don't know, maybe the giant Nerf logo gives it away. But it's grown on me. As time has gone by, I'm actually very sad that these did not stay on shelves for very long. Part of it was their exorbitant price, considering how cheap the alternative is. And part of it was just that they were not well received. They're a very funky, almost knuckle duster style of Nerf blaster. But that's the Pocket Strike, and it comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have the Nerf Mega Big Shock. Now this thing is a monster. It's obviously much larger than the OG Jolt, and that's because it fires much larger darts. This, of course, is an Elite dart at 50 cal, and this is a Mega Dart at destructive device levels of foam flinging action. Now, the Big Shock is pretty sweet, but at first glance, you might not notice the jolt. Sure, it's got the prime, but what if it was clearer? Well, and so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If this looks familiar, that's because you just saw it a couple of minutes ago. This is more colloquially known as the BAJ, or the Big Jolt. And that makes a ton of sense because, I mean, come on. It's a big jolt, right? Still fires megas, of course, but you can scale down the caliber, and when you do scale it down, it fires streamlines very hard. It'll fire elites even better, but pretty cool. The big jolt that is the Big Shock. So that is number 2. So So if all of these wonderful Jolt reskins that are actually Jolt reskins cover 5 through 2, what could possibly be so cool that it could take the #1 space away from things as awesome as a giant orange Jolt and flat Jolts and Jolts with 3 barrels? Well, there's only one thing worthy of taking the throne. And let me tell you, at first glance, you'd hardly think it's a Jolt at all. So this wonderful piece of Nerfy goodness is 100% custom. My friend Heng made this out of Singapore, and I actually have a full unboxing and review video of it. But for now, all you need to know about it is it's a solid chunk of Delrin. It was very special. I'm sure it took him a long time to machine it, and the internals are actually Jolt internals. That's what's so very, very cool about this, is that this panel comes off, and it's actually got a petite plunger tube that allows it to fire not only Heng's special brand of X darts, also it will fire Southeast style slugs, and of course, it wouldn't be a Jolt if it didn't just fire good old elite darts. And it fires them pretty hard, so it's a very powerful Jolt, it's a solid Jolt, it's a scary Jolt, and it's 100% custom. I love the clear acrylic fangs on the side, but you can see the X Power logo. It's obviously got my fangs on it, and it's just so very, very special to me that I couldn't not put it at the top of the list. Like, how many times have you had a specialty workshop across the planet build you a one-of-a-kind piece because they just wanted to be a really, really cool friend? So I'm not sure what we're gonna wind up doing with this. There's definitely more videos on it to come, but what a better way to kind of like low-key debut Heng's one-of-a-kind blaster than to share it with you as the obvious king of the Jolts. Not only is it heavier than and larger than even the biggest of Jolt reskins, but it's more powerful and looks better to boot. I might have to add an orange tip though. What do you guys think? Anyway, that's just my list. If you guys have actual Jolt reskins, no stripes, no long shots, no nonsense, let me know in the comment section below what your top 5 Jolt list would have looked like. I think that I did a pretty good job of covering the various flavors and varieties as well as some unique goodness, but this is just my list and everybody is fallible. So if you have a better list, be sure to let me know. And if you have suggestions for another Top 5 Friday video, I'd also love that comment down below as well. I will definitely try and maybe possibly get that next Top 5 out on Friday. No promises. Nobody's nerfed. As always, guys, much love. Nerf on Drac out.